Hey, it's Chris. I want to talk to you about your market report. This is my market report, but as you'll see, it's very similar to the format and the look and the feel of your market report. And so if you're watching this, your market report is getting ready to get launched, and you're probably wondering, all right, now what do I do with my market report? So I want to talk to you about that here in about 10-minute timeline. So first, I just want to say thank you to you for trusting us and helping you with your marketing, your real estate agent marketing. We take it very seriously. It's something that I'm very passionate about. And Shelby and Breccia and Rachel, we have a lot of things that we've been doing behind the scenes, and we've been asking you for a lot of information, right? You probably, every time you open your email, you're like, oh no, another to-do list from Shelby. But we really appreciate all the information that you've given us, and filling in the forms and doing a lot of the stuff to help you with your dream client exercise and your market analysis, right? All those things that are going to really make this be all the better, because it's a targeted, focused market analysis, market report for your market, where you want to do business, where you have identified that the affluent buyers and sellers are going to help you get to that next level and raise your median transaction amount, right? Break into those new markets. So we're super excited to be helping you, and we just want you to know we take this all very seriously, and we want you to know that we have a lot of things that we're working on, and we want to just ask you to give us feedback. Let us know things we're doing good, things we're doing bad, things we need to change, and areas. But keep in mind what we're trying to build. So we have to try to create systems, because we're all about systems, and we have to try to make this market report as an example. There's certain things that you can make little changes, but if we get too crazy, then it really makes it super hard for us to be efficient and effective in getting it out for you and being accurate. So anyway, I'm just going to talk about this is now a great tool for you, and I'm going to anoint you as an expert and an authority in your market. And you've always been an expert and an authority in your market, but guess what? Your name is on this market report, and it makes you an expert because you've published it. It's a tangible evidence of your level of authority and expertise in your market. So don't take that lightly. This is a super awesome tool that you can use, and it's going to raise your status in the mind and the eyes of your prospective buyers and sellers in your market. Believe me, I get comments all the time from people about my newsletter, my market report, and how, and you will too. You will see that if you use this effectively, right, and we're going to send it to your list, but this is a tool that you can use to exchange, right? You're going to barter this, and you're going to exchange for somebody's business card. You want to ask for someone's business card or their email address. So whether you're talking to somebody on the phone, or it's a luminary in your community, or it's somebody you meet at the grocery store that you talk about real estate, or you're having coffee with a prospective buyer and seller, you always want to ask every single person, hey, I do a monthly newsletter and market report. It's very detailed. It's the big picture and all the details, and I break it down by area and by product type, and it's got tons of great information in there. I'd love to send that to you along with my informative, entertaining newsletter that I do every month. Can I get your email, or you can jot that down and I'll send that to you. I'll put you on my newsletter. And that has been very, very effective, right? We're going to repurpose this content. We've been doing a lot of things to set up your website and your blog and social media and your newsletter format and all that stuff. But it's up to you as well to get this printed out. I get my market report printed. You can get it printed at Kinko's on laser paper, Office Depot. You can maybe get the front cover like a little bit nicer paper. You can just maybe print it on the copier at your office. Whatever works for you. I emailed this market report to 2 people today, 2 potential clients. And this is something I lead with all the time because it immediately establishes me as an expert in the market. And what do people always want to know? well, how's the market doing, and what are the expectations I should have about the market, whether I'm a buyer or seller. What we don't want is buyers that think they can, submit lowball offers, and so you can always point them back to the market report and say, well, here's what the market is saying. So it's not you being the bad guy. It's here's what the market is saying. Well, it seems like the average discount from asking to selling is, 2.3%, and the average, price per square foot and the days on market. You might have sellers that say, how come my property hasn't sold? Well, it's only been on the market for 26 days. Average days on market is, 78 days. And so, we're working hard to get it sold, but so you can use this as a backdrop as well with your clients and prospective clients. And I use it all the time. I keep this, in this portfolio that I'll have this in my office. I might, just have it at the ready if I'm meeting people, and you want to give it to as many people as possible, because not only is it give them information, but you'll probably notice there's a lot of calls to action in here. There's so many places where they can see your contact information, right? And there's an opportunity for them to get a property valuation report or a CMA, whatever you call it in your market. So you want to use this as a tool. You now are a superhero. You have expert and authority status. I anoint you. Okay. You want to use it as a tool. You want to study this. If you are going to a gala event or you're going in the market, it's one of the reasons we have you do the narrative, because we want you to write the narrative, and we want you to go through the market report before, so that you write the narrative that is what is distilling a lot of this information. And good or bad, right or wrong, some people in the newsletter will only read the narrative that you write, that we put in that newsletter. It'll be on the blog and in the market report as well, but they may not go through every detailed page. But that's okay. When they're ready, they're going to know that you're the expert, and they're going to come back to you. So the narrative is super important. How else can you use that narrative? You can go to my website, or you can go to my blog, you can go to my YouTube channel, and you can see how I have been recording, especially lately, the narrative for my market report, and talking to my dream clients about what's happening in the market. So if the market is up, or the market is down, or the market is flat, people want to know. And so in your own words, you want to talk about the market. And it's the same thing you would say generally. We get all wound up about, I don't know what to say, and how do I write this? It's if somebody called you right now, and you picked up the phone and they said, hey, tell me how the market is, you would start talking. Well, if that's more comfortable for you, then record that, and we can get that transcribed, and that can be your narrative, right? But you might record it and then play it back and then write your narrative. That would probably be better, because it makes it simpler for us, and it's more streamlined, and we don't have to go through the edits. So, but if that's the way that works best for you, we'll try and accommodate that. So anyway, I just want to say that this is a great tool. You can use it in a lot of different ways, but you need to use it. You need to leverage it, and you need to figure out how you can get it in the most people's hands as possible. And you want to take this and realize that you're an expert. This has opened a lot of doors for me because I published this. You want to send this to the people that are responsible for your local community newspaper, because they may quote you. I've gotten quoted in local publications a lot. I've also gotten the opportunity to speak in front of homeowners associations, and I'll bring my market report, but I'll also do kind of a mini market report analysis for their homeowners association geography. And I'm speaking. The president of the homeowners association introduces me, and I have expert and authority status, right? Because he's a luminary, right? The luminary list that we talk about. You should have the luminary. All the luminaries in your community on your email distribution list, right? Because they may forward this to the people in their organization or under their, on their emails. So leverage this as best as you can in your market, and don't take it lightly. And I'm almost out of 10 minutes, but I just want to say thanks so much, and hopefully this has been informative. And this is the way that I use this market report. Been very, very successful for me, and it will be for you as well. Have an awesome day.